G'day, it's Lindsay Waddington. We're behind the curtains with one of the greatest rock shows around, and we're going up for sound check with the legend himself, Mr. Jade Hurley. Come with. How you going, Jade?
I'm so excited because here we have it's at Twin Towns here on the Gold Coast in Australia. 1,000 people, a full house, and you can't expect any better than that, mate.
I was just going to say to you, mate, your life has spanned over so many decades. You've played to so many houses. After all these years, you're still packing out the massive rooms all around Australia with some of your buddies. Isn't it great?
It's amazing because, and I suppose the hidden recipe out of all of this is that we all started, everyone in the show, whether it's Digger or whether it's Lucky or whether it's Dinah or whether it's Pattie and myself, we all started on 6 o'clock rock shows and bandstand shows with Brian Henderson and then the Mike Walsh shows and all of that. So we've come up through the business together, and basically this is the last 5 that are still capable of doing this and participating in a huge show like this, which, as you say, fills out everywhere.
Mate, I've got to tell you, we've just parked and we've been out to the front. The place is buzzing. Such a wonderful feeling.
It is a wonderful feeling, and particularly when you get Lachlan Donaldson, who's the house booker here, says the phones are ringing off the hook. People still trying to get in. But it's been sold out for a week, and now over 1,000 people. So it's just amazing. It just blows your mind.
It is. Just a quick one, Jade. I know we've got to keep going. You've got a sound check in this beautiful auditorium. Yeah. Now, just quickly, what is the song, mate, that you know you're going to do it and the crowd are just going to go bonkers?
Every time I do a show, I think of my mum, who I lost when I was only 14 years of age, and I play Chariots of Fire. That's the song.
Well, just for me, come around here, Maddie. I've just always wanted to play piano on stage with the legend Jade Hurley. Can you just play something, but you've got to show me which key to hit right at the end.
Well, if you start with... you can't go wrong, mate.
But you just got to give me one note to hit at the end.
One. No, that one.
Oh. Ta-da! Good on you, Jade. Jade Hurley, you have a cracking show today, mate. I know you will.
Thanks, mate. God bless.
G'day, it's Lindsay Waddington here. We're behind the curtains with one of Australia's iconic figures. This bloke here. Where actually have you been, Lucky?
Just recently?
Yeah.
I've been in the dressing room.
Mate, how does it feel? Still packing them out all around Australia, everywhere?
I'm very, very grateful. I think it's, I guess it's because we grew up in that era, not we, you didn't, of the bandstand and 6 o'clock rock and all that era, and all of the people who watched that every Saturday are still going out to shows, and God bless them.
Mate, I've got to tell you, they're buzzing out there. They're not all bloody oldies either, I tell you. There's some young ones out there, and they're looking all right. I got their number for you.
Pointless. I was kind of typecast as a novelty song singer, and I'd like to think I do more than that. But I still love doing I've Been Everywhere, and I mostly get it right.
Well, how can you get it wrong? You just throw a town out there, don't you?
No. You've got to get them all in. If you don't get them in, that's it.
What's your favourite song to perform at the moment?
My favourite song? I'm currently doing Bad Habits. You know, the Can't Help Myself, Bad Habits, the Billy Field song.
I was going to say, hanging around with Digger, you've got to have some bad habits anyway, don't you? I tell you what, mate, you're going out there for a sound check soon, so we better not keep annoying you.
All right, Waddo.
It's great to see you out. I tell you what, mate, you're looking flash. It's great to see you still drawing huge crowds around everywhere. Everyone's still loving you.
Thanks, Waddo.
Mr. Lucky Starr.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We've got a very special guest here, one of the iconic people in Australian music, but you do come from somewhere else, don't you, Dinah?
I am a Kiwi, but don't hold that against me, please. We have a lot of Kiwis over here, so here I am ready to rock them.
Mate, I've heard you make the flight over every show.
Every show, yes. I'm getting a bit tired, but but no, it's good. It's really, I'm really enjoying it. It's not easy as you get older, but it's fun, and of course I'm working with great people, so what else is there not to enjoy?
We're walking around behind. Everyone just seems like they're just such great friends and that. And I think it's so wonderful after all these years.
Well, I mean, we've known each other for yonks, haven't we? You know, way back to the bandstand days and right through. And of course, I've worked with everyone during the years, and it's just nice to know that now all of us who we got together again, and the audiences are loving it. You know, it's fantastic. So who knows when it's going to end? I don't know.
Probably at about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I wish I'd like to have a rest, but no, they won't let me have a rest. I've got to keep going. Yeah.
You've got to keep going.
I've got to keep going.
What's one of your favourite moments in the show?
What, that I do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've sung Yokomo and Reet Petite and Blue Beat, 50,000 times, you know what I mean? But I do a tribute to Max Merritt, and of course Max was the Max Merritt and the Meteors was the band that backed me on all my early records. We all come from Christchurch in New Zealand, and it's nice to pay tribute to Max now, you know, because he was a big mentor to me.
That's fantastic. And would you do all this again? You've loved the career in the music industry that much. Would you do it all again?
I think so. Yeah, I reckon I would, because I enjoy it, and it's what I know. You know, I mean, I am pretty good on the key, you know, like typing and all that, because I was a secretary, but no, I'll stick to singing.
I tell you what, we've just been out the front. The crowd is buzzing. They're waiting for you. Yous are going to blow it away, I know.
I hope so. I'm pretty gruff and I rock, so they better be ready for me.
I'll go and warn them. I think they know after all these years.
Please do.
Dinah Lee, one of our greatest entertainers and talents we've had. Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
After you, sir.
There we go.
There we go. Here we've got one of my great mates. He's one of the greatest entertainers. He's a bloody rogue, I'm telling you. And I found him just outside the ladies' toilet, so we thought we'd come in and see what's going on. How you going, Digger?
I'm good, Lindsay. How you doing?
Yeah, really good, mate. Yeah. It must blow you away after all these years to see these crowds, like so many people following you, mate. It's got to be humbling.
Yes, it is. It's surprising, actually, after, you know, being around for 65 years in the business, and all of a sudden you're packing them out everywhere you go. I mean, I've got a lot of help out there with all the other artists, but it's good to be part of a great show, and we're looking forward to the next 2 or 3 years, whatever.
Oh, more than that, mate. Let's put 10 on it, eh?
10 on it. Jesus.
Well, you got to support all these kids you got. Are they knocking on the door yet?
I'll be coming out on crutches or something.
I tell you what, what's one of your favourite parts? Like you've performed, you've done so much in the industry. What's one of those moments on stage now you still love doing? Is one of your old songs? Is it a new song? What is it, Digger?
No, it's I still like singing the songs I recorded and had some luck with. But you know, I do Over the Rainbow. It's probably my favourite song, and I do that in every show. And every time I do it, I still get a kick out of doing it. But every song deserves for you to give it a fair go. And if you can bring any song at all, you can bring it alive, you're away and running. You know.
I tell you what, mate, yous are all superstars in your own right. But how bloody good is it to see yous come together? And this show is just like, when you all get together like this, it's just something amazing.
Well, it is. It's chemistry, I suppose the best way to say it. These people, I've been working on and off with them on their own and that, but never as a unit like this. But I've been working with them for the last, 50 or 60 years. And to put them all together and come out and put a tight show together as we have, it's a terrific feeling, and it's so well put together that it's easy, you know. You look forward to every show, and to go back to places around Australia that you've probably never thought you'd ever go back to, and you're walking in at 81 years of age. I reckon I'm doing all right.
I tell you what, mate, you are doing all right. Now, we don't want to spoil anything for the show, but the last show I did with you, you've still got one of the greatest lines about your shirt, the ironing.
Yeah, well, I've lost a little bit of weight since then, Waddo. I lost 12 kilo actually, so you know I was out here, but I blame it on my wife.
Yeah.
She used to iron it with a wok, and that was my excuse anyway.
Oh, I love it, mate. I've been using that one because I can now.
Yeah, you're not too bad.
I'm getting there, eh?
Yeah.
And look at this.
Yeah.
He's bloody shy, isn't he? Look at the boots.
Yeah, rock and roll shoes, mate.
I love you, mate. Digger Revell, one of the greatest ever, mate. Thanks for having a yak. I know it's an important show, they all are. You got a big crowd out there, but thanks, mate, for having a yak.
Good to see you, mate. Lovely. Waddo.
Good on you,
talking
Digger.
to you.
You want to go into a stall and I'll go into one too?
Hey. I want to watch out.
Oh, yeah, we know what Digger's underpants, in it. G'day, we've got one of the ladies, I would say, of the music industry. There's not much more you could do. You've been a wonderful entertainer and you still are. It must be such a great feeling out there on stage, still playing to packed houses.
It's the best feeling, Waddo. All the other things that go with it, like the travel, it's okay, we're all used to that, but it really means a lot once we hit that stage, and I can't believe we all still get that lovely feeling, this is it. And it is. It's terrific.
Well, you've got thousands of people, like, we're good mates with Jade, and we see all the photos he puts up, like you're selling out houses all around Australia. But that's a credit because you've been such wonderful entertainers. You've done so much for our industry. It's just great to see the people coming back and still loving the music, don't you think?
Well, we're kind of surprised, but then again, we're not surprised because individually we've all done pretty well, and we have a great promoter, our boss as we call him, our manager, Bob McKinnon. He had the idea along with Jade to put together this show, and we really love doing it. It's fantastic, as much as the people do.
Just a quick one, Patty, like being a lady in the industry, like, you know, because there's always, seems to be like men like myself. I got married and jumped on a plane and went for a 4-month tour to America. So, but for ladies, you know, with children and that sort of thing, would you do all this again? Have you loved the industry that much? Would you do it all again, or do you?
In a heartbeat. He's got my lipstick on.
Oh, yeah, you got to get this. I'm not washing it. I've got Little Pattie's lipstick there. I'm going to get her to sign my
Super
paper.
gloss.
Actually, could you just whack one on there too? Oh, it's so good. That's the most sex I've had all week. I tell you.
Terrible.
What's your most favourite part of the show?
The favourite part? I don't have a favourite part. I really enjoy all of it. It's good to get on, it's good to get off sometimes when we're all a bit tired of travelling, but you wouldn't know it. We're all good at being awake, wide awake when we're on stage, but sometimes we all had COVID for a while, but we didn't work with COVID, but the aftermath of COVID lingered with us a little bit. That was a little difficult, but the audience would not have known, so we're good pretenders, aren't we?
You are. Well, I think that's where the showmanship comes in, which could be passed down through all the young generations. You know, the show must go on, is the saying.
Well, I hope I teach many children, and I hope that I'm imparting that wonderful part of our industry, the resilience, the showmanship, the presentation, the performance. It's all so much part of it. It's not just the music, it's conveying the music and your feelings to the audience, and sometimes it isn't easy. And for young performers, I was a shocking young performer. I was really, really shy. I could barely talk. When I did interviews with radio stations, they must have loathed it because they'd ask me some terrific question and I'd go, no, yes. I was so shy. So dealing with people, that can bring out the best in you, and I hope that that's what I impart to my students.
Well, I got to say personally, I thank you and everyone else here because we play in an industry now because of people like yourself. Like, you're legends, but you're iconic, and you deserve it. You've done the miles, you're still doing it, and the people out in these houses, like, you're not drawing 20 people, you're drawing them in the thousands. It's a credit to all of yous. And thanks for letting me come behind the curtains here today and see yous and have a chat. It means so much.
It means a lot that you're here asking us those questions, and I hope that with all the other performers today, that we're continuing what I think is a very proud legacy that we hold. I hope we're continuing it for many to follow.
You will. I'm sure your music will be played forever.
And a big thanks to you, Waddo.
Oh,
but you're
thank
not
you.
going to get another kiss. There's no room.
What about on the floor? Little Pattie, one of our best. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Waddo.
Okay, it's Lindsay Waddington here. We're going to lift the lid on this show. Oh, what do you reckon?
Absolutely.
We're talking to Bob here, one of the brainchild with Jade behind this show.
Yep, correct.
Mate, thanks for having a yak. I know it's another important show sold out there. But
Absolutely.
what a wonderful thing, Bob, bringing all these iconic figures back and finding their audiences, putting them out on a stage in front of thousands.
Absolutely, mate. Mate, I was sitting at home about 2.5 years ago and Jade rang me and I was sitting in the sun waiting to die. Okay, I've retired, you know. And he said, you want to do something? I said, absolutely. So we got it together. And finally here, 2.5, 3 years later, it's kicking ass. It's just fabulous to work with, and they're just all good people. I can't be happier than what I am, you know, and it's successful.
Well, it should be successful. Like, all these people have done so much. They're not just a big part of our industry. They're iconic figures. They're legends. But, you know, they might have thought it was too hard, but to have people come along and say, I'll help you get the shows, I'll put them on. Mate, we've just been out the front there. The place is buzzing. Like, the people are buzzing. We're down at the foyer, and I joke you not, there's people who are saying, we're hoping we'll get tickets, and I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I know it's sold out.
We can sell another one out, you know. We will next time. We'll do two
Absolutely.
shows.
Well, I was thinking about doing a tribute show tomorrow, so I've been down there selling the surplus tickets.
Well, great.
No, but I tell you what, Bob, it's a credit to you, mate. You've got a wonderful band, some of the greatest entertainers that you'll find in this country.
It's all credit to Jade too, because it was his brainchild, and he come to me, he said, can you put it together? And I said, it'd be a pleasure.
That's so good. And I love how everybody's happy to share the credit. There's no egos here.
None. And we all get on so good, and it's like a family.
Yeah, I was just talking to Digger in the ladies' toilets. He was just saying he just hopes this. Oh, he's very comfortable. He was on his way out and I was on my way in. But I just sort of said to him about it, and he said, "Look, I hope it goes for another 2 or 3 years."
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, wait on phone. Hello.
Very good.
Oh no, must be yours, mate.
Must be good. I'll just cancel, Jody. Go away.
But anyway, mate, I've got to tell you, thanks, Bob. It's an important show. I know you've got to keep going. Thanks for having a yak with us,
God bless
mate.
you, mate. Thank you very much for talking to me, you know.
We'll get this out there because everyone needs to come and see this show.
They do, mate. And there will be no one go away unhappy without a smile on their face.
100%.
Beautiful. Thank you.